Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to episode 6 of the season finale. Merry Christmas and happy holidays from Joe Panther III and
Sassy Angela.
And this is the season finale. Man, Sassy, we've had tons and tons of awesome episodes this year from the likes of Sam.
Yes.
And Tony Page. Shout out to Tony. Hit him, boy. Hit him in the chin. And like
our Teal
Piper and Damos. Hey guys. And ones you missed, and I'm definitely. She said she wants to come back on with one of the Glow girls, Hollywood from Glow. Hollywood. Definitely shout out to Hollywood. Definitely, we want to work again, and this time with Sassy right next to me. But today, I have a young lady that I've been in contact with for I think 2 to maybe 3 years. This young lady is doing so much. I'm so proud of her. Ringside, internationally known. Let's give a warm Twins at Ringside welcome to my friend and yours from across the pond, Shawty.
Hey.
The introduction just gets better every time.
I like with you, Shawty. I always have to give you like the best and the most longest and like the coolest entrance because do you realize, Shawty, if there was like a hand on everything you're doing, it'd be a palm. It'd be like the size of the Big Show's palm by now.
And I think you're right. I think it might be 3 years.
Yeah. You've been best buddies for 3. And it's funny, as I told you before recording, most wrestlers I talk to that my mom and dad and my sister, they don't know about. My sister and my dad and mom hear about you on a daily basis.
Oh, facts.
Like, and
we've been following
you're just my American family now. I'm just part of the fam.
Hell yeah, I love that.
and it's also really funny, Shawty, like most wrestlers' moms don't know me, and your mom knows all
you
about.
You spoke to my mom. My mom is like your British mom.
But so Shawty, my first question for you is like, how did you get into the wrestling business?
Okay, so I always loved wrestling. I loved watching it. I absolutely loved Total Divas, the TV show. So I just love a trashy reality show. Absolutely loved it. And I must have been like 12 when that came out. And I remember Googling. When I watched it, I was like, oh my God, I really wish that I could do that. Like, how can I do that? I want to wrestle. And I want to be like these women. And like I remember going onto Google, and there was just like nothing around. Like there was no training schools, nothing, literally nothing. I think except like NXT, and yeah, they obviously weren't accepting me at 12. And then I just I carried on obviously watching wrestling and enjoying it and playing all the games and stuff, but I sort of given up on the dream of becoming one. Life goes on, and I got into other things and whatever. And then a friend that I used to make music with told me about CPW, and then I just started going to the shows. And then CPW run a thing called the Superstars Project, which is basically you train for 10 to 12 weeks, and then at the end of the 10 to 12 weeks, you get to put on it's like a trainee show, and you get to put on a match in front of your friends and family. So cool. I did that. I think I did that. Sorry?
It's like a recital.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, and then so I did that, but then carried on training, and then bit by bit, you sort of obviously as you train and you get better, you work your way up. So we had like a beginners class, and then like an intermediate class, and then the elite class, which is obviously where I am now. So yeah.
That's amazing. And now you're now, I know your music career right now. You would mention that you had a friend from music. Is this somebody
Yeah.
that you're working with currently as well? Because I know that you're working.
No, I only do solo stuff now.
Okay.
Because for many years, so I started making music when I was 13.
Mhm.
And I was signed to a small record label. And yeah, I was, taught myself like how to make music, how to write lyrics and stuff. And that music label got me a lot of really cool performances. So like any celebrity that came or was like booked at a club to perform in Coventry, we got to be like their supporting act or like their,
Nice.
so that was really cool. But back then I'd never made solo songs. I was always like a feature verse on someone else's song. So and then I stopped making music at around 18. So I sort of like I went to college and life just sort of got in the way. So I just like grew away from the music for a little bit. And then but I always thought about it, especially as I got older. I always thought like I wonder how I would make music now as an adult. Because I was literally, a kid, like making these songs and they were kind of like cringy,
Right.
like rappy songs. I wouldn't listen to them now because I would just cringe. And there's like no evidence of them on the internet at all. So that was always in the back of my head. Like I wonder how I would sound now, or what I would write songs about now being an adult, and having lived different experiences and stuff. So then I did start making songs with Pest, which is the Trust Nobody song that you like, Joe. But again, I was just doing a feature verse on every song. It wasn't my song. So last year, not last year, I think it was last year or the year before, where I released my own mixtape, which was just solo songs of mine. So that's like my first debut mixtape, and it was all just solo songs that I've written, I made, and yeah.
So writer, producer, the whole kit and caboodle. It's your name only. That's amazing. Now, if I want that, where do I find that? Is there a place? Are you streaming anywhere?
Yes, on literally every platform. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube Music. If you just search Shawty Black and Yellow or the Black and Yellow mixtape, that should be on there.
Great. I'll make sure that I add that to my my Apple Music with my unlimited, because I love listening to new artists, and B, I love supporting. So I'll be all over that. So wrestling fans hear that.
Yes.
Make sure that you're adding that on all of your lists so that she can get that boost up. So if you have them all, add it to everything. We're going to support our girl. That's what we do here.
My mom walks around singing that song. She walks around the house, black and yellow. Did you get the memo? And I'm like, really, Mom?
I'm actually sick of that one. I'm sick to death of that song because it's my entrance song and it's my theme tune, and I'm sick of it. It's the one that everywhere they always want me to perform it. Like when people, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sick of the sound of my own voice. Because listen, I make the songs, and then I never listen to them again until I have to perform them, and then I'm like, I actually hate the sound of my own voice. I just like making this. I like making the songs. I put them out for other people to enjoy and relate to, hopefully, and I forget about them.
You don't want to have to keep drudging them up from the past, right? Just done, one and done.
Yeah, I don't want to listen to my own voice. Like it just feels a bit narcissistic to me. Just bobbing along to my own song.
I do that all the time. People think I watch my podcasts or listen to them on like Spotify. I listen to the intro, hear me do the hello there wrestling fans. I hear the first little 1 or 2 questions, and I'm like, beep. I'm like, I leave the volume down so I get somebody to look like it was a viewer, and I'm just like, shut up, Joe.
Oh my I don't think anybody
It's the same with these. Like I will never watch this podcast back.
No.
Of myself.
I don't want to hear myself talking. I don't want to, and I don't want to hear myself singing. I don't want to hear myself talking. I can't tell you how many times somebody will start playing a video of me singing, and I'm like, ugh.
Yes, that's literally me. I was like, I'll go. Like I went to I have a younger fan, and I went to her birthday party to surprise her, and I performed my mixtape for her. And then even for the rest of the party, all she did was have my mixtape on repeat. And I was like,
you're like, thank you,
but making these songs. Why did I make these?
Anybody got any wine? Is there like wine here? Do we just have apple juice? I need a glass of wine.
It was a kids' party, Joe. There was no wine.
You're like, I'm grateful for the support, but please stop it. Stop.
Please turn it off. Wait till I leave.
I'll go. You can play it all you want after that. You can blast.
Mouthing to mom, you're like, you see her pulling the wine glass out of the shelf. You're like,
yes. Refill, please.
Yeah, like let's go into like your start, like with your like the love of like your music career. Like, was there anybody that was like really like got you in like a musical artist that really like gave you the inspiration to do what you're doing?
It wasn't so much music. I mean, I love music. There are a lot of artists that I love, and you know, I sort of pick my inspiration from different artists, and like, yeah, it's hard to explain, but it was actually really funny because the way I got into making music is because, well, I was really good at poetry at school, and I would always win the competitions, and then like I started hanging around with like my cousins, and they were guys, and they had all these guy mates, and all of them like MC'd, and they would like, you know, play a beat on their phone and then just go around in a circle like spitting bars, doing like little freestyle 16 bars, whatever. And I was like, there was no women or like girls at the time that I knew of that did it, or like, you know, try to join in or was making music in Coventry. So I went home and I would find beats on YouTube, and I just taught myself how to write lyrics and have them match a beat. So I guess I was more inspired by the like my friends and my cousins and like these group of guys that were making this music, and then fueled by the fact that why isn't there more women doing this? So and I'm very into I just wanted I wanted to represent the women. I mean, like, we can do this too. Like, women can rap too. Yeah, I was definitely fueled by that of like, well, I don't, just because I'm a girl don't mean that I can't do it. So yeah, that was how I got into it. And but like I said, like the bars I was writing back then, they weren't proper songs like I make now. They were literally just like ramblings of, you know, like, I'm really good and I'm better than you, like really chavvy, cringy. Yeah. It weren't until like a couple of years later that I started making actual songs, you know, with a meaning and a theme.
Right.
But yeah, so yeah, like I said, I listened to like Eminem and like NWA like ever since I was a kid. And just always really liked rap music. So, but yeah, and then as time's gone on, it's only recently when I started making music again, the last couple of years, that I started experimenting with my singing. So I was always too scared to sing, and I didn't think I was very good. So, but everyone else told me that I was, but I just never had that self-belief, and I was always a bit scared. But now as an adult, obviously, I got a bit more self-confidence, and I was just like, what's the worst that can happen? I'm going to record it, and if it sounds dreadful, then I just won't release it. But there's a couple of singy songs on that album too.
Yeah, it's true.
So it worked out, I guess.
That's it. Balance, right? Balance.
Yeah. Like, I'm just trying out different genres as well. Like, there's a rock song, there's some, you know, sad, love heartbreak songs, and then there's some, rappy songs and some lovey-dovey songs. Yeah, they're all a bit different.
Well, we have a
Variety.
drive home from Pennsylvania tomorrow, so from Pennsylvania to New York. So we'll definitely get a chance to listen to the album and hear it from top to bottom.
Oh, geez.
I'm excited.
It's gonna be like that. You know, when Dumb and Dumber, when they're driving the motorcycle and they're like, "Don't you say you love me?" You're like, dude, like your wife's gonna be like, "Shut up."
Well, if that happens, you have to record it and send it to me because I need to witness.
I absolutely will. And I literally, it's so funny because she'll drive the whole way, like a normal person will just drive, and I'm in the passenger seat, like karaokeing to the depth of my soul to every
You
song.
You are the entertainment.
Yes, I am the in-flight entertainment from start to finish. Because if I'm not singing, I'm sleeping. So I have to be singing. If she's going to have a that's alert, I have to sing to stay awake. And so every song is my favorite song, and she has to leave it on because I have to sing.
And I'm the stand-up comedian in the back seat. And this is happening again.
You're just there for the vibes, Joe.
Yeah, that's me. I'm like the Joker when he's like, how did he get his start? Well, it was stand-up comedians. So like,
yeah.
I'm the MC, the wisecracker, the little short guy with the big mustache in the corner that's like, I'm funny. And they're all like, no.
You're a wisecracker. You're a nutcracker.
It worked.
I did actually have something exciting happen this year. I got contacted to write a song and for a TV show.
Ooh.
So I did that. It was for the BBC, a BBC TV show.
Oh yeah.
And I got contacted. Honestly, I thought it was a scam at first. Like I thought it was just like a spam email, and I ignored it. I ignored it.
I would have like.
And then, I just deleted it. I thought there's no way that this is legitimate and that a music company is And how did they find me? And why is this happening? There's just no way. So I just thought it was a spam. But then the lady who sent the email found me on Facebook and Instagram, and then she proper hunted me down and was like, "This is real. We are actually really interested." And then they sent me a beat, and then they told me what they wanted the song to be about, and all things like that, and like words to include and stuff like that. I wrote it within an hour. I made a demo and sent it back to them, and they were like, "Yes, let's do it." And I had to sign an NDA, so I couldn't tell anybody about it. It killed me. And then I got to go to the premiere for the show, and yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's awesome. What show are you able to tell us the show?
Yeah, there's like 3 seasons of it now. It's called Phoenix Rise, and it's on the BBC iPlayer.
Okay.
But my song is in like episode 4, I think. Yeah, that's episode 4, season 1, episode 4.
Oh wow,
so fun! Is this like what kind of show is it?
It's like a coming of age, like kids at school. Troubled kids. They get sent to a school for like being naughty and stuff, but they're not actually naughty. It's very eye-opening and like talking about like mental health and like kids that have a lot of stuff going on at home with like addiction and things like that. So it's got a lot of good messages in. It's a pretty good show, but it was also filmed in Coventry, so so they wanted all the music in it to be made by Coventry artists.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's super cool.
Really fun.
That's awesome.
Because it just came out of nowhere. Like they just found me and contacted me, and I was like, "What is happening?"
So
what is happening?
Or found you, or recommended you, or someone?
I think that they had just because the music company that were like running everything were based in London, so they must have just searched like Coventry music artists, and yeah, I guess I popped up somewhere.
That's
I mean, I'm not complaining.
Right. What a cool
That's
opportunity.
That's a cool thing.
Yeah, that's
It
super
was really cool. And then so in Coventry we have a thing called the Godiva Festival, and it's just a festival every year, and they get like celebrity. It's like a very, very, very minuscule version of Coachella.
okay.
Nowhere near as big, but
Yeah.
yeah. And I performed at that this year as well. So that
That's
was
dope.
cool.
That's
And then I
awesome.
started tattooing.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna bring
tattooing.
that up. So like what was it like your training for that, for the tattooing? Like what were you thinking like the first day you went in for the first day of training
Oh
for
my
like
God. So it's funny because like about 4 or 5 years ago, just before I started wrestling, I've always wanted to be a tattooist. And yeah, so about 4 or 5 years ago, I made a portfolio and I sent it round to every tattoo shop in Coventry, and none of them got back to me, or they either weren't taking on an apprentice. One of them wanted me to pay them £2,000 to teach me, and I
That's
was like, yeah, no way. So I kind of just gave up on it then, and then I started wrestling, so I just forgot about it. And then uh, I went to this shop to get Joe. The big. You've seen my owl tattoo on my leg,
yes, I saw that one.
the
Yeah.
tattoo of Willow. Yeah. So
Willow.
so the tattooist, the guy that did that tattoo, obviously I was there for like 9 hours while he was tattooing me. So we had a lot of time to talk. And I was telling him about, that I always wanted to be a tattooist and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I showed him my artwork because I was still doing graphic design and like logo designs at the time as like a little side hustle. And yeah, so we just stayed friends. We kept in contact, and then yeah, so what, it was six months ago yesterday that I started. So yeah, I guess so just over 6 months ago he messaged me and was like, "Do you want an apprenticeship?" And I was like, "Heck yeah." Yeah, I do. But of course, obviously, it's basically like voluntary. Like as you're learning, you're not, earning any money. So I just knuckled down. I went there every day to just watch him and like learn as much as possible. And then I got the fake skins to practice on. And yeah, because I was there just like all day, every day. Because the quicker I learn and the quicker I get good at this, is the quicker I can start making money, right?
Mhm. Right.
And yeah, and I mean, within 7 weeks, they said I was good enough to start tattooing people.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
So
amazing. And
yeah,
what style tattooing have you learned? Like, is there a specific style tattooing that you've been practicing?
no, I've done a bit of everything now. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
just bits of everything. So that's like, yeah, my full-time like job now. So
Amazing.
I've just I was like just zoned into that. Take a break from wrestling because I haven't had a break from wrestling in 4 years. I've literally just done it non-stop. So well, okay, give my body a little break.
Yeah.
Start focus on the tattooing, start making some money, and we go from there.
There you go. I love it.
Do you think, Shorty, that like you would ever, I know wrestling was your like thing for a while. Would you
Yeah,
ever like take a break for a long time and maybe think about opening like your own tattoo parlor?
maybe in future, it's always a possibility. I mean that would be really cool. I think six months into it is a bit soon to start thinking about that. But maybe in a couple of years or something.
Mhm.
Who knows? I mean, who
Awesome.
knows what can happen? See, it's always like the same with wrestling is like I at one point wanted to be a wrestler, tried to get into it, like didn't happen. There was nothing around, and then like whatever paths I've taken on life ended up I still became a wrestler somehow. Like it kind of just happened. I didn't go searching for it. It
Right.
just happened. And the same with the tattooing. At one point, I really, I was actively trying to get an apprenticeship and then stopped. And then now I've become a tattooist. So I think the things are just, if they're meant to happen, then they will. And I just like to let things happen the way that they're supposed to.
Truth. I'm one of those people too. I believe the universe puts you where you're supposed to be
Yeah.
when you're supposed to be there, and you can have whatever vision you want, but you have to let the universe take control of how it's going to get you to where you're going to be.
Absolutely, because like who knows? Obviously, the universe was saying back then, like it's not your time to be a tattooist.
Uh-huh.
And then like, a couple of years later, the universe said, you're ready now. Here you go. Here's your opportunity."
That's right.
Yeah, I just let the universe decide and see where I end up. It's worked so far.
There you go. Let the
Not doing
universe.
too bad.
It knows. It knows. It's smarter than us. Let it take control of it. That's it.
Definitely smarter than me.
That's it.
Yeah.
I have a question. This is a random question.
Okay.
Have you ever gone? So, forgive my ignorance about the geography of England, but where you live, are you near-ish to London, like the city of London?
So, no, not really. It's I can get to London on a train in an hour,
Okay.
so that's not too bad. I think it's like a 3 hour drive.
Okay. So distance of you from New York City.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I wanted to know if you had like a favorite thing about. So my question is like, what's your favorite thing about Christmas in England? Because here I know England, you guys have different traditions than we do here in the States. So what's your favorite tradition that you don't think we would have here in the United States?
I'm not sure really. I don't actually think we have many like traditions. We have like they open a lot of like German markets. So that they're quite a big thing. So it will just be like all of these like wooden stalls in like a town centre that sell loads of things, and people just go there and drink beer, and it's all Christmassy and stuff, and eat like is it the Frankfurt hot dog things?
Hot dog vendors.
Yeah. So I guess like that's kind of a tradition. Everyone will go to that. I don't really go because there's people there. There's people there. I don't want to go. It gets very busy. No, I think it's the same kind of thing. Like we, ice skating rinks, and we have they put our Christmas lights all around the like town centre, like where the mall is. And then they have like a big party for when they turn the Christmas lights on. They usually get like somebody to come and sing and perform, and then they press the button to turn the lights on. But no, other than that, it's a bit rubbish, really. It's a bit shit, yeah. No.
Yeah.
No, it's just
For like me, like with the holidays, like with us being Puerto Rican, like we have the coquitos, which is kind of like the eggnog of the world. But man, that's one thing. If you came by like in PA or New York, we would have to find somebody that has coquito. Coquito is like the Puerto Rican eggnog, shorty. That like
okay. I like eggnog.
If you like, do you like coconut?
I do.
Okay, then you would love coquito. It's like
I
coconut.
mean, I like anything alcoholic.
Well, then slam dunk on this. That's like a Puerto Rican traditional holiday beverage. Is the coquito.
we do eggnog and also Baileys.
Okay, I like Baileys.
I like Baileys, but I think it gets a bit sicky, like after a couple.
It's a little.
I have like one. Yeah.
See, coquito is also very sweet. It's like eggnog but sweet, but you don't need to do a lot of it. to get where you need to get with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to have a lot of volume.
Yeah.
I got you, girl. I got you. I understand. It definitely sounds like my thing.
It's good.
Like-
It's my favorite.
Like for you, what is like your favorite like Christmas cookies to like either make on your own that your mom has made for you since you were like a little girl?
Or like you eat when you go like Christmas cooking.
We don't do Christmas cookies.
Ooh.
That's a
I don't
that's
think they're not.
Okay.
that's an us
Yeah.
thing. We have
Yeah.
these. Well, sometimes we do gingerbread men, but
Yeah.
usually we do like sugar cookies with like little decorations and things like that. And
Sounds really cute and they sound really nice. I've
They're
never
so-
tried a sugar cookie. I don't think we have those.
Ooh.
oh, sugar cookies are delicious.
Oh.
It's literally
They
like
do
all,
look really good. They look so good.
and they're so
No,
easy.
we just I don't think cookies are that big over here really. Called Christmas cookies. We've got the gingerbread man. And obviously we have cookies.
Oh.
We just don't like it's not like baking the cookies isn't, or at least in my family, it's
It's not like cookie baking.
my mom every year would make a homemade trifle. So that was her thing. That's always been, and she makes her own stuffing.
Ooh.
So-
My mom does it too. She loves the stuffing.
I love the
Yeah.
stuffing. Rifle.
So I love my mum's homemade stuffing and the trifle. She has to make two now because I eat that much.
So what makes mom's trifle the best?
I don't know what it is, but it's like the cream on top
Mm-hmm.
and the custard. It's just so creamy. Like this, I've never tasted. You know, like the trifles you can just buy and stuff. Like I've never
Right.
tasted anything like that. Like the cream is just, I could literally just sit and eat a bowl of the cream. And I used to do that when she was making it, and I would just like get my finger in the bowl and lick the bowl clean. So that was
Like-
my tradition.
Yeah.
Did she put
Licking
fruit?
the trifle bowl.
Oh,
So the
Sorry?
trifle is custard, right? And
Yeah.
is there fruit in there too? There's fruit, right?
Yeah.
Or some kind of jam or something in the middle.
So it's like a jello,
Mm-hmm.
like jelly at the bottom with fruit in. And then
Okay.
on top of that is like a cake, a layer of cake, then the custard, and then the cream.
I wish we
Oh
weren't so
my
far
God.
apart. I'd be like, I'm gonna just come. I'll be there in 2 days. Make sure your
You
mom's
gotta
making.
come try Mama Shorty's trifle.
She would be. No, if you told.
I'm bringing coquito. Please make
Literally,
trifle.
I swear, if you told your mom that Joe was coming on holiday, or he would say vacation to the UK, your mom would be like, "When is Joe landing? He'll be here in 2
Literally.
days." You'll hear the blender in the background on the phone.
I just whisking.
What's that sound? You said my favorite little American buddy Joe is coming. I gotta make him food. He says what does he like to eat? No, Mom, he's gonna travel. No, he's coming to our house, my house.
Don't worry. This same conversation would be having
Oh,
in the reverse as well.
oh.
Just
If
Yeah.
you told me you were coming to the US and you were coming through Pennsylvania, wait, hold on. Do you like rice and beans, Shorty?
Yes.
Oh my God. My mom would be like, Shorty's coming to Pennsylvania and you gave her address. I'm going to make rice and beans. I got to make the chopped bananas. I got to make.
The good thing about me is I love food, all of it. If it's edible food, I like food. If it's edible food and if it's alcoholic, it's getting eaten and drank.
perfect.
Like,
Oh,
You'll be
geez.
good.
Oh my God.
and I love trying new food.
Excellent. Then you'll be in good hands. We got you covered.
So
Yeah.
my last question for you, Shorty, with this being the end of the year, and like this is the big Christmas episode, if
Yeah.
you could write a letter to your younger self,
Ooh.
what would you say in that letter?
Oh, stay away from men. For one, don't waste your time on these broke ass men. Do not waste your teen years with these losers. Focus on yourself, and that it gets better.
Mhm.
It gets better, and to stick around. Yeah, it gets better. Definitely. Yeah, it would probably be a lot deeper than that if I wrote it. It's like, it's gonna be fine, baby girl. You're gonna get through everything, and once you make it to the other side, I promise it gets better, and you'll be happy and living dreams.
I
Nice
love
little
that.
wholesome one.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Your turn, Sassy. Your last question.
My last question is going to be a kind of silly one then.
Okay.
What is your favorite Christmas/holiday movie? Like the one that you feel like kicks off the holiday season for you?
Oh, I always watch The Grinch. That's always the first go-to holiday film, but I love Alf as well.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like a guilty pleasure. But there's
yeah.
also so me and my boyfriend Will, we have a tradition now. I don't know if you've seen the film Last Christmas.
I feel like I have.
Who was in that one, Shorty?
It's I think it's Emilia Clarke from Daenerys in
I
Game
feel
of
like
Thrones.
I've seen this. It was I remember it being really good when you said Last Christmas. I have to
Yeah.
look. We did see this recently.
Yeah, me and Will, we now watch that every year. And it's because it's a really wholesome film. It's really nice.
We like a good Hallmark style holiday
Yeah.
film, right? Something
Yeah.
nice and warm and fuzzy. You can drink some hot chocolate and watch it.
Some coquito.
Yeah, just cozy, heater on, and fairy lights.
In a little blanket.
Yes.
Fairy lights.
There you
Yeah.
go. Lights on, the tree lights on, everything else off, little candle going with your warm fuzzy blanket, and really kick off the holidays.
Definitely.
Well, Shorty, I would like to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for coming on this side of my podcast world with my twin sister and helping us end season 1.
Yeah.
And we would like to wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Yes.
And I send you all the good vibes and all the blessings to you and
I'm
your family.
receiving them.
Yes, in the new year. Thank you, Ringside crew, for helping me and my twin sister do this journey with this podcast. And I hope, wrestlers, if you're watching this, we want you to message us on Instagram under Twins at Ringside. We would like to work with everybody, even wrestlers from the UK. If you're watching this interview, and I know you are, it's Mr. International little antenna I am. Please message the page. We want to help you. We want to promote you. Promoters, if you're watching this, come on, join us.
Come and join the family. Come and join us.
Crew. So, thank you, fans. We're gonna see you in 2024. I'm Joe Panther III.
I am Sassy, and you are on the Twins at Ringside podcast. Happy New Year, happy holidays. Thank you, everybody.
And this is Shorty.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, and we will catch you in the next one. Good night, everybody, and